What's up guys, welcome back to WackedOutEcig. Today we have a new review for you. It's an e-liquid review. We have 8 liquids from Evaperated.com. So unlike hardware, I can't go into too much detail on liquids, but I will test them for you in my dripper and let you know what I think about them. I want to say thanks to Sadie over at Evaperated for letting me go on her website, pick out some liquids to try. That was really cool of her. I had tried one of her liquids before, actually 2 of her liquids before. I bought a huge bottle of this Blue Sky Bitch, which I'm a big fan of, but I got it in 12 milligrams, so I haven't vaped it that much just because I've dropped my nic level since then. Pretty much the same time I got it, I happened to drop my nic level and I just haven't been able to vape too much of it, but it's a really nice liquid. We'll start with this one. Blue Sky Bitch is well, the name is a spin-off of the popular show Breaking Bad. Great show if you haven't seen it. But the flavor is a blue freezy, and you can either have it in this bluish kind of tint color, it's kind of like a bluish green, or you can get it just plain without any color. I just chose to get it in blue because I thought it would look really cool in a tank, and it does. The flavor is a dead-on blue freezy. It's not too overpowering, but it is very sweet, so if you're not into the super sweet vapes, this is probably not an all-day vape for you, but everyone that I've ever let try this has loved it from the first time they tried it, so I definitely recommend it. Maybe get a smaller bottle of it, like a 10 ml bottle, just test it out. It tastes like that kind of syrupy build-up of melted blue freezy at the bottom of the bag in a blue freezy, which is just like a blue freezy, if you don't know, is a frozen popsicle, and they come in different colors. This is obviously the blue one. It's a great flavor. Next up is their newest flavor that, as far as I know, it hasn't been released yet. I think they had some trouble. I read on Facebook they had some trouble getting the concentrates or something, the flavors, over the border, and customs held them or something like that. But I got a small bottle to sample. I didn't choose this, but whoever was packing it, I guess it was Sadie, sent it over to me, and I'm really happy she did. It's called Melancholy, and it is a honeydew melon. You know, you have the honeydew and the cantaloupe. The honeydew is the green one, and the cantaloupe is the orange one. This is the green one. This is also a very, very sweet flavor. Not an all-day vape for me, but it tastes exactly like a really ripe honeydew melon. If you're into the melon vapes, follow the Evaperated website. Maybe it's either, I think it's a page, like the page on Facebook, and wait for them to announce this, because if you're into melon vapes, I think you're really gonna love this one. The next one I got is called Mist, and it is a menthol tobacco. So a while ago I strayed away from the tobacco flavors, because when you first start vaping, you want a tobacco flavor. You know, you want something that tastes a lot like a cigarette. But as you keep vaping, you want to try more flavors because you hear all these great things, and then slowly but surely your palate and your taste buds will change so that you want other flavors. But I decided I would still get a tobacco flavor just so that I can describe it to anyone who still does vape tobacco flavors. Now, I'm not getting much menthol out of this. I really do like menthol flavors still, but not necessarily menthol tobacco. But I do like menthol flavors, and I'm not getting that cold sensation that I would get from in the back of my throat from a menthol. But I do get the tobacco, and it's not too strong of a tobacco. This is a very light flavor. I quite enjoy it. It's kind of, if you don't want a strong flavor, but you still want a mild kind of, it's not exactly sweet, but it's not a bitter tobacco. It's a quite good, subtle blend of tobacco. The other tobacco flavor that I got is called Tea-bacco, which is described as a tea. It's a tea flavor with tobacco. Just from the smell, I gotta say this is my least favorite flavor from Evaperated that I've tried. I'm not a tea drinker. I prefer coffee, but every now and then I will have a tea and I'll enjoy it. But this Tea-bacco, it tastes like there's a little bit of tobacco on the exhale and that kind of smooths it out. But the dominant flavor in this is tea leaf. And personally, for me, I am not liking it at all. I honestly can't stand the tea flavor. It tastes exactly like tea leaves. If I was to take a tea bag, empty it out into paper, into cigarette paper, roll it up and smoke it, that's what it tastes like to me. I mean, if you're really into tea and you steep your own tea with real tea leaves and everything, you'll probably be very into this, because that's exactly what it tastes like. But for me, I get a harsh throat hit from it. It's kind of scratchy, and I feel the only way I can think of it is that the tea is giving me that sensation, and I didn't enjoy this. But if you're into tea, I suggest you try it because it tastes exactly like tea leaves. This is one from their lab, and it's another one that I am really not enjoying at all. It's called Alpha Blood, and it's described as a pear and vanilla. I had never really vaped any pear flavors before, so I kind of went into this not knowing what to expect. The first time I tried it, I just got a pure chemical kind of taste. It's not like eating a fresh pear at all. Obviously, taste is subjective, so some people are going to taste it and just be like, oh my god, it's like eating a fresh pear. But for me, it just kind of tastes like chemicals and that perfume kind of flavor. It's, I don't want to say it's overpowering because it's not like a kick in your face flavor, but it's definitely too strong of that chemical pear flavor for me. I do get a little bit of the vanilla on top. It kind of makes it like a creamy pear, but it's definitely not an all-day vape for me. This next one is Evaporated's newest flavor, besides from the melancholy that hasn't been released yet. This is the last one that they've released, and it is my favorite flavor out of the bunch. It's called Pez Off. If you haven't had the candy called Pez, quite frankly, you're missing out. But I used to really enjoy the Pez candy. What it is, if you don't know, is a tablet-like candy that you put in these cartoon-shaped dispenser kind of things. I'll put up a picture or something so you can see, but you pop back the head and it shoots out this tablet, and that is Pez. And this flavor tastes exactly like that. If you don't know what Pez is like, if you've never had it, it's hard to explain what this flavor tastes like, honestly. But if you have had it and you know what it tastes like, this is exactly like it. I'm getting that powdered candy kind of texture from it. And it's not an overly sweet, overpowering flavor. It's just it's a mild, subtle candy flavor. So if you're into your candy flavors and you like Pez, obviously jump on this. This is amazing. But if you're into the candy flavors and you've never had Pez before, I'd say get a small bottle of it just to try it out, because it's not overpowering and it can easily be an all-day vape. I really enjoy Pez Off, if you didn't realize that already. Next up, we have another flavor that I'm a big fan of, and it is called Mana Biscuit. On the Evaperated website, it is described as a cinnamon sugar cookie. I really like my cookie vapes, and when I saw that Evaperated had one, I had to try it out. And I was very happy. I still am very happy that I tried it, because it's not an overly sweet vape, and this can as well, like a few of the other Evaporateds that I've tried, could be and is an all-day vape for me. In the dripper, I get a lot more of the cookie flavor than the cinnamon, and in a tank, I get a little bit more of the cinnamon and less of the cookie. So it depends on what you're into, but I can say that I'm not a big cinnamon fan for vapes, and I am a big cookie fan, but in a tank, I prefer this liquid, which might seem kind of weird, but either way, it's a delicious flavor. The cookie is just like a plain sugar cookie. It's got that melt in your mouth kind of texture. The cinnamon is not like a candied cinnamon or like a big red chewing gum that you would try. It's more of like a cinnamon powder that, say you have the sugar cookie and you just sprinkle some cinnamon powder on top of it. That's the flavor that I'm getting out of this. All day vape for sure. This flavor is not from their lab, as they say, but it is, I can't remember which category this is in. It's either the fruit one. It would make sense that it's in the fruit one, but it's either in the fruit, the drinks, or the candy. It's not in the lab. That's all I can remember for now. But it's called Mandarin Melody, and it is described as a Mandarin flavor, obviously. It does emphasize the fact that it is a tangy flavor, and I get that 100%. It's like biting into a fresh mandarin, which is like biting into a fresh tangerine, which is like biting into a fresh orange. So if you're into your orange flavored vapes, this is definitely for you. If you're into your tangy vapes, this is definitely for you as well, because on the inhale you get that fresh, cold, sweet fruit flavor, and on the exhale it's just pure tang, and it's a really interesting vape. I haven't had an experience like this out of an e-liquid since I started vaping. If you're not into the tangy flavors, just in general, I wouldn't recommend this. Obviously, taste is subjective, as I've said, but for me, this is a great flavor. This is not an all-day vape for me because the tanginess can get a bit too much for me, but if it was just the sweet flavor of the fruit, this could be an all-day vape for me for sure. But that tanginess on the exhale is just a bit too much for me. Finally, we have a Chocolips. I believe it's called a Chocolips now on the Evaperated website. This flavor is from their lab, and I had to try it because it is a chocolate banana vape. And I really love chocolate, the flavor of chocolate, and I really love the flavor of banana. But both of those flavors are really hard to get right in an e-liquid. So I was very skeptical going into this liquid, thinking, oh, it's just going to be another one of those hard candy banana flavors with a nasty chemical perfume chocolate, and that is not what I got at all. Up front, it's like a fudge, creamy milk chocolate kind of chocolate. It's not overpowering at all. It's just kind of really creamy and subtle. It's like a nice dessert vape. On the exhale and just kind of in the background is a ripe banana, and it's not like a candy banana at all. personally, I get a real fresh banana, which I was so happy to find. Definitely an all-day vape for me. So those were the liquids from Evaperated. I gotta say, I like the majority of the liquids. There are only a few, like the Alpha Blood and the Tobacco, that I wasn't really a fan of, but taste is subjective. You're gonna hear that a lot from any reviewer, anyone talking about e-liquids. Taste is subjective. So any liquids that I may like, you may not like, and any liquids that you like, I may not like. So I'd say, yes, listen to the review and listen to the description of the flavors, and if that's something you're into, go for it. If it's not, maybe think about it, but there's no harm in trying. Okay, so a few things that Evaperated offers that I was really impressed by. First of all, they have a rewards program, which for every dollar you spend, you get a point on their website, and then when you get a certain amount of points, you can redeem those points in $5, $10, $15, and $20 coupons, I think, which is really good. I think it's over $100. You get free express shipping all over Canada, which is really impressive. And the presentation of the liquids, I'll put up a picture on here of what you get, but they came in this like vacuum sealed plastic packaging. They are based in British Columbia, so if you, like me, are in Toronto, it will take a little while to get over the country, but what that means is that you don't have to steep your liquids when you first get them, because that whole transit time they've been steeping. They have an active coupon as well that, as far as I know, is everlasting. It's just "We love you" all in capital letters, and you get 10% off your order. So, I mean, Evaperated are really making it easy to buy from them, and they're keeping things affordable, which is really great to see. One other thing they did send me, well, a couple other things they did send me. First of all was this this sticker, which is a cool sticker, and they sent 2 of these, and I need to find somewhere to stick it. And they also sent this business card. This is shiny as well, if you like shiny things. Yeah, they sent 2 of these each, so I mean, it's always good to have the business cards, and it's always good to have stickers because it promotes their company. If you like their company, it's good to promote them, and it also makes things look cooler, whatever you stick them on. If you liked what you saw, please like the video. Please comment as well. If you have tried Evaperated e-liquids, comment. Tell me what your favorite flavors are. I want to know as much as you wanted to know what I thought about them. I really want to get a back and forth between me and the subscribers and any viewer, because it's really good to have that back and forth, and we can talk about vaping, which is what I love doing. If you have any other questions, don't be afraid to either message me on YouTube or comment on the video, or go over to WackedOutEcig and join the forum. Message me on there. I'm Bim Vapor. I'll put my my account down in the description. But go over to the forum, join it. It's really good. They have a lot of deals. They have all the updates on vaping around the world and in Canada. They have different sections for different parts of Canada. They have a bunch of different vendors on there, and they show all the latest products and the latest deals. It's just a really place to interact with other vapors and learn about the community at the same time. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Up next, we have some liquid from Custom E-Juice, a really cool company, so stay tuned for that.